Good morning, everyone. It's another glorious Monday right here in the old Pueblo, Tucson, Arizona. And it is time once again for our mindful moment. I'm Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual leader here at Unity of Tucson, a spiritual center right here in Tucson where we celebrate all the good in life. We celebrate the love, we celebrate the light, we celebrate the life that is reflected in and reflecting as and expressing as and magnificently unfolding as all creation, as you, as me, as all of us. That's what we're here to do. Celebrate this thing called life. Yes. Yeah. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. Who's joining us today? Um, yeah, and who's joining us, not just today, but in every moment. Why do we do this mindful moment? Well, part of what happened for me is many years ago when I started this, and it's changed in its iteration, and I took almost a year off this past year, but the mindful moment was all about engaging in spiritual practice, my personal spiritual practice on a consistent and regular basis, and having an accountability in that by being present for you. And so, what I have found is that consistency in spiritual practice has enhanced the quality of my life. And so, I choose to continue in that consistency. Let's see who's joining us so far today. Silvana, good morning. Yes, excellent week. Grateful to see you. Anna, grateful to see you. Good morning. Thank you for letting me know because, as you know, on the Unity of Tucson uh, private group page where this streams to, you come up as Facebook user unless you give it permission to use your name. The other places they put your name forth. Roberta, grateful to see you watching over on YouTube. Grateful to see you. Good morning, good day, good coffee. Good coffee. I almost finished mine because I have been here. I did a mental muscle this morning here. Also, Anita, good morning to you. Angela, good morning. Annie, good morning. You have a magnificent day as well. Sherry, beautiful day from the backyard. Glorious. And Marvis, good morning to you. Grateful to see you all. I, of course, want to offer my reminder. This is what I choose to know about you and reflect back to you every time I see you. You are love. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. And I am deeply grateful that you choose to shine your light and share your magnificence with the world. Thank you for doing that. So today on the mindful moment, I have this idea. So first of all, I mentioned earlier that I have been here because Mental Muscle is a program that that's unfolding right now, and I've got magnificent participants in Mental Muscle, and this is the beginning of the fourth week of meeting at 7 a.m. on Mondays and Thursdays. For that, we meet virtually over Zoom, and it's a glorious way of going on a deep dive and exploration of what's happening for you in your life and how your consciousness is playing out. And it's a structured program that allows us all to be on the journey. And I also go through the journey myself every time I do this. And so, anyway, I don't want to get too wrapped up in what mental muscle is, because what I wanted to talk about today is actually the directive that we just completed was an exploration of expectations in our life. And so I wanted to talk a little more publicly about expectations. And today is probably going to be rooted more in questions for consideration as you move through the day, just stuff to bring up and think about today, and see if you find any resolution in answering those questions for yourself. And perhaps something will reveal itself to you that was below the level of awareness that you can now activate into a constructive, positive, loving outflow. So, when we engage in this exploration of expectations in Mental Muscle, there's a big question that I ask. And the question is this, I invite you to reflect on this for yourself. Are your expectations, or what you perceive as your expectations, your own? Or are they things that you have adopted as expectations that have been handed down to you from your past? Are your expectations your own, or have they been adopted based on others' expectations? I'm not asking, please, and I just want to be really clear, I'm not asking you to put any responses to that in the comment section. You don't need to comment on it. I'm just inviting you into a deeper reflection on that, on that question. Are your expectations your own, or are they adopted from others? And so just allow yourself to feel what you feel in response to that. And if something comes up that doesn't feel so good, don't beat yourself up. Because here's the great news around how we answer these deeper questions. As we become aware, we are empowered then to make change if we choose to make change. And all of that change happens consciously through decision making, through our capacity in this connectedness with and as the infinite consciousness. There's no separation. There is only consciousness. There is what we perceive as our mind, but it is our use of a universal mind. And so we have access to the breadth of information that exists universally. And yet sometimes I think we narrow down what we think we know based on what we've ingested from others, and we develop expectations based on those limitations. And so, what comes up for you? Are your expectations your own, or are they handed down or adopted from others? That's the question. So, perhaps today, if I were to offer a suggestion in spiritual practice, you might consider just exposing one expectation you have and then determining, is this true for me? And if this is true, do I want to continue to allow it to be true for me? Is this in service to the highest quality of life I can experience? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? One of the things that we do too is I invite people, and maybe this will be a practice that you'd like to engage in. I invite people to write down this affirmation and post it in a place where they will see it every single day. The affirmation is this: my success is non negotiable. My success is non negotiable. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole thing about how do you define success, because that's for you to determine. How you define success is how you experience success. So, what is successful for you? But if you were to adopt that affirmation, my success is non negotiable, it means that there is nothing that can throw you off in the experience of success in your life. How might that life feel? My success is non negotiable. In considering expectations too, one of the things I'm going to encourage is that we step away from expectations in the construct of specific form, like, oh, it has to look like this, it has to feel like this, it has to be, actually, I'll correct that in just a moment, it has to look like this, it has to be this particular construct in the world of form, and really go to what is the expectation in terms of the quality. And that is why I have to correct myself to say, what does it feel like? Like, what does it feel like to you to be success? And to adopt that frame of mind. My success is non negotiable. What does that feel like to you? Lots of things to consider today. And I encourage you to take these to mind and into heart and allow yourself to be on the exploration and see how it all plays out for you. And so, with that in mind, let us engage collectively in the practice of affirmative prayer. If it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. I choose to close my eyes to allow me to turn my awareness to the inner life, which is the point from which all expression and experience flows forth. By focusing on the activity of my inner life, I am setting the stage. I'm establishing expectations for how life flows forth. And it's all rooted in this moment. And in this moment, I accept and adopt this understanding that there is one power, one wholeness, one quantum field of potential and possibility. And that potential and possibility is letting itself be known as actuality in every moment. And so, right here, I am in the full recognition that we are, each and every one of us, this magnificence. We are the field of creation. Each and every one of us is the field of creation. And so, our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings wrapped up in all of that are creating the construct of our lives. And so, I root myself in the expectation that our lives are successful. I hold firm in my own mind that the lives of each and every one of us are expressing in a successful manner, no matter what, that all is flowing forth with grace, with ease, with joy, with love at the core, and everything, every experience is rooted in the quality and expectation of love. And so, with kindness at its core, I welcome the outflow based on that frame of mind, the expectancy in my own mind that this is how it is. This is so, and I let it be so as I feel the gratitude overflowing, the appreciation overflowing from within that informs the experience. And I know that I bring the gratitude, I bring the love, I bring the light, I bring the life to all experience. This is my expectation, and I know that all is well. I simply let it be as I relax, release, trust, and know, and affirm in this moment by saying, and so it is. Amen. Hmm. And there we have it. What do you expect? Always grateful to share this time with you. A couple of things I do want to make sure that you know are happening. Hey, Sherry Hoffman, guess what? Here's Soul Flow. Sherry Hoffman is one of the guides of our Soul Flow experience Wednesday night. It's coming up this Wednesday night and is set for the third Wednesday of every month at 6:30 right here at Unity of Tucson, where we offer gentle vinyasa yoga and some freeform dance for a suggested $10 love offering. We would love to see you there to join for that this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Join us for Soul Flow. And if you have not already purchased your tickets to see Gary Lynn Floyd, he's going to be here on Sunday. So excited. Offering us a magnificent concert after he guides us during our celebration service as well. You can get your tickets by scanning that QR code or going to our calendar at unitytucson.com. So those are a couple things that are coming up this week. And yeah, keep dancing. Keep expecting the good. Keep living life to the fullest. That's my expectation. I expect to live a full, magnificent, glorious, expressive, expansive life. How about you? That's what I'm going to go off and do today. Live that expansive life, just as I'm doing right in this moment by sharing this time with you. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for the mindful moment. We'll be back. I will be back here, right here, wherever you're watching from, on YouTube or on Facebook. I will be back here at 8:30 a.m. Peace and blessings to you all. Bye, everybody.